people. I promised a video on the Huaca that you guys received in Chicago, and now I am delivering on that. I want to begin by saying that the Huaca that I opened, the energy portal that we opened in Chicago, I do not take that lightly. This is a very serious modality. Very life-changing modality. There's a lot of energy involved in it, and it was not done spur of the moment on a whim. It's something that a lot of shamans don't even ever have to perform in their entire lives. For anybody, it's very, very serious. But I was guided to it very specifically for this group of people. I sat with it for months and months and months. And even up until the day before it happened, I wasn't sure how it was going to be accomplished. It was something I saw in vision. It was something I knew was very, very needed, but it was also something that I knew I couldn't do on my own. A Huaca is usually opened for one person by one shaman at a time. This one was open for, I think, like 122 people at one time. And I needed that connection that I had with Kevin as a channel to be able to hold the power of what we opened in order for it to spread to all of you guys. So essentially, and I talked a little bit about what it was, but the reason that it's such a big deal is because a lot of things have to click in place before it's a good idea to do this, or before you understand it or are able to receive the full benefits of it. A Huaca essentially is saying, God, Source, Spirit, Goddess, I trust you. Take this control from me and give me what is in my highest and best interest, which means that we have healed the spaces of all of our distrust, and we have said, thy will be done. Align what I want, what I'm dreaming of, with what's for the highest and best good of all. And these are different chakras that we go through, different energy level ups that we go through. So this shows me that for me to receive that message for you guys specifically, that all of you guys have been doing your healing work, that all of you guys are capable of surrendering your need for control and protection to your higher power in order to bring change into your life. If you have religious trauma in your past, the terms surrender or thy will be done or trust, those things can be hard for us to sit with and to really feel good about. But once we've come into a space of understanding, oh, I trust myself. I trust what I've put in line here for me to experience. I trust that I can heal. I trust in love. I trust in the universe. I can be open here. I can relax. I can be held. I can be supported. You can be held and supported. You can do hard things, and we love you, and you can be in a loving space when you go through them. You can feel joy. You can feel peace. You can be released from the things that are holding you back, from the things that are making you sick, from the toxicity in your life. And the Huaca is simply an abstract, energetic way of allowing that process to happen. Every single one of you, simply by the action of walking up and touching Kevin or I, you are saying in your mind, I release the need to control. I give of myself. I allow myself to trust. I am open to what's in my best and highest good. And as soon as you did that, your heart walls were blown open. All of those walls that you put around yourself to keep yourself safe and protected, but were really just holding you in and keeping you from expanding and growing once you were on your healing path, those blew wide open. They came down. They're not there anymore. They don't exist. And that means that the Huaca is going to continue working through you as the weeks go on. So essentially what Kevin and I did was we opened this energy portal between the earth and stars, between our bodies, on top of my mesa or my altar cloth. And when you guys touched us, you were receiving this energy through our bodies and into your bodies. And when you received that, what you can visualize in your mind moving forward is that you have a little energy portal inside of you that's swirling and moving the whole time. This reminds me of the oracle card, the perfect storm. When we look at the perfect storm, it looks like there's a sandstorm moving around us. We can't see because there's just sand and rubble and dirt moving everywhere, like we're in the middle of a hurricane or a tornado. But the reality is that this storm is moving everything, changing the landscape of our lives and removing everything that is holding us in, that's holding us back, that's keeping us in cycles of toxicity and negativity. And once it's all moved and the storm settles and the Huaca dissipates over time, your life will look different. It will be completely different. This could have very, very big physical changes in your life, or it could be a completely different mindset and perspective that you have of your life. And either way, it's a huge change. It's a life-changing kind of growth and expansion. So it's something that's very, very big, something that's very, very personal to you, because as soon as that Huaca enters your body, it's working for you and you only. Now, I would never recommend doing this actually for that many people. I don't know if it's ever been done that way before. It was just something that came in vision, and I'm so honored that you guys get to be the ones who experienced that with us. Make sure you're drinking lots and lots and lots of water as this moves through, and it's not going to dissipate for weeks or months. It will dissipate on its own when it's finished. There's nothing that you have to do for it. But while it's working, you have to keep feeding it, meaning caring for yourself, bringing love and focus and attention to yourself. This means drinking lots of water, eating nutrient-rich foods, vegetables, fruits. You need meats as well. You need that protein to stabilize yourself. You need rest, lots and lots of rest. You need exercise, movement, stretching within your body. And you need to be doing your healing work, even if it's just awareness practices, clearing everything out and letting everything release as it comes up. Or if it is shadow work, anything like that. In fact, I don't know who gave me this particular deck. Oh, I do. I remember who gave me this deck. But we got a Lemurian deck while we were out in Chicago. Someone gave me that. And someone sewed this beautiful little bag. Thank you. And that deck, both of the cards that I pulled this morning had to do with shadow work, self-love, self-trust. So I have 3 clients today, and they're all getting shadow work, self-love, and self-trust. So this just seems to be an overlying theme here. And that's just how you care for your Huaca. You care for yourself. You care for your body. You focus on your healing and on the release. You don't even have to know all the specifics of what you're releasing. The beautiful thing about this is that it works on an abstract level, just like ceremony does. You don't have to see every little thing that's releasing, because that leaves you being very, very cerebral. And we don't want to be cerebral. We're just releasing, pushing through, letting everything go that's meant to, changing our perspective, and allowing ourselves to come into a space of peace and calm and purity on the inside. I also want to thank the people who gave all these cards. I have a bunch of cards sitting up here that I was given there. I got a hand-sewn crystal grid, which I love because it has the Merkaba on it, which happens to also be the design that's on my mesa. So I actually have it under my, I'll show you if I can get it to go. So this is the Merkaba that I used, and then this is my Jesus, and and this was a handmade candle, and this smells amazing. I was given that, and I put it, I know it's the crystal grid, but I put it under my Jesus so that he has his own altar cloth. It was so great. I love it. But we received a lot of gifts while we were out there, and they were all so beautiful, and so I'm just so grateful for all of them. I have them all here somewhere in this room on these shelves, or have been working with them. I've been using the cards for a couple of days. I've been excited about that. So I just really want to thank all of you for your thoughtfulness. And just make sure that you're taking care of yourself, taking care of that Huaca. If you have any more specific questions about that, feel free to post questions below, and I'll try to answer those as best I can. But at the same time, I don't want you to think about it that much. I just want you to allow the energy to flow through as it flows through, allowing you to come into a space of peace and trust. There's the train. It must be 10 something a.m. We are a rail town, so we have a train that runs through here. So in a lot of my videos or even my healing sessions, you're going to hear that train in the background. And I also hear that that train runs all the way to New York. So I might be coming to visit New York, New York, New York at some point. Okay, love ya. Love you, bye. I am going to say this one last thing though. If you subscribe to this channel thinking it was going to be really serious, it's not. I'm probably going to shake my butt a lot. And I actually think that I should probably post some videos of me just dancing randomly without any explanation. This is going to be so much fun, guys. Welcome to the journey.